Hi, I'm Michael Thumann, working for ERNW, a company located in Germany doing security research. And I gave a talk about hacking Second Life to show what possibilities do hackers have in virtual worlds. I started to have a look at the Second Life viewer, the client that is installed on the computer system, and try to find out if there are possibilities to cheat and to steal someone's identity. Had a look at the source code, if the programmers are aware of best common practices of secure programming. And the second part of my research was what kind of attacks are possible from within the virtual world, so like attacking real web servers from Second Life. So after starting this research, I played around with the Second Life viewer and tried to figure out other possibilities, for example, to steal Linden dollars or to get more Linden dollars, change some kind of parameters in the client. Yeah, but I was a little bit afraid because they spent some of the time to make a really secure piece of software. Yeah, and I wasn't able to find any interesting stuff for cheating. Yeah, there are other online games where cheating is really, really common, like World of Warcraft, and there are also people that develop some cheats for this pieces of software. And so I expected to find anything, but Linden Lab passes all the data through servers, so there are not really a lot of possibilities for cheating. But I stumbled about some other things, like identity theft. Especially with Second Life, identity theft can be very interesting because if you can steal someone's identity, you can steal his amount of money. And of course, it's virtual money, Linden dollars, but there's also an exchange rate. It's about $1 gives you 230 Linden dollars. So there's a marketplace, and you can exchange real money for virtual money, and of course you can change it back. Yeah, so if you are able to steal virtual money like Linden dollars, you can exchange it into real money, US dollars, and maybe get rich. So it's quite interesting. And one thing is that, of course, the software has a remember password function, and you are able to steal, for example, a file from the client system where the viewer is installed and decrypt the password. Yeah? It's MD5 based, and there are a lot of MD5 crackers out there. So if you can get this file, it's quite easy. And there were also some kind of vulnerabilities in Second Life, like putting a URL into an iframe and starting the Second Life viewer with an auto login option, and that sends the password in clear text over a network. So when you are able to sniff that traffic, you also get the MD5 hash and can crack the password, and then identity theft takes place, yeah, and your Linden dollars are gone. And there's also some actual research about Second Life. Charles Miller demonstrated last month an exploit against QuickTime, yeah, and developing shellcode to inject in the operating system, manipulating the Second Life viewer, especially calling some functions of the Second Life viewer, functions to give all the money to another person in the virtual world. So there's quite interesting stuff for stealing money in the Second Life viewer, but cheating looks not so easy in Second Life. I think they learned the lesson from other online games. But moving to the other part, attacks from the virtual world against real life system, that was much more interesting in Second Life. So there's a scripting language called Linden Scripting Language, LSL, and there are very interesting functions. You are able to send emails within that language. You can send HTTP requests to web servers, yeah, and there are even XML RPC functions for more complicated communication if you would like to implement something like that. So I was playing around with the email function and had the idea, what about sending spam mails from Second Life? So I wrote a small little script downloading a list of email addresses from a web server, yeah, and sending a spam mail from the Second Life to real email accounts. So that was quite nice for starting. Yeah. Another interesting idea was, what about attacking web servers from within Second Life? For example, cross-site scripting attacks or SQL injection attacks. And I tried that out, and with HTTP request I was able to send an SQL injection in text string against the web server. So looking into the log files, it showed that any kind of requests are filtered. So the attack reached my web server, and that proves that SQL injection attacks from within Second Life are possible if you find vulnerable servers. And the interesting thing is, if you look into your log files, you are attacked by Linden Labs. So if you try to track down the IP address, you see, okay, the attack was originated from Linden Labs. So quite easy to hide behind the server systems of Linden Labs. Another idea was, if you can send SQL injection attacks, and if you can send spam mails, what about more complex hacker tools in LSL? And I had the idea, what about creating a tool like Nikto, a web vulnerability scanner, in the Linden scripting language. So I combined my idea from sending spam mail and from sending web requests against web servers, and put a database on a web server that was taken from the Nikto databases with different vulnerability checks inside. And I've downloaded these checks from within Second Life and sent an HTTP request against web servers to test. And I passed the responses for successful findings or false positives. And whenever you had a vulnerability in a web server, the scanner sends an email to, for example, an anonymous email account telling you, okay, you found a vulnerability on this web server. Yeah, so this tool works quite nice. I called it Slickto, yeah, like a Second Life web vulnerability scanner. Yeah. I've demonstrated that at the Black Hat conference in Europe, and it was surprisingly working well. It's not very fast because there are some time delays when sending requests, and you have to wait for responses, pass the responses. So there may be room for improvement, get the tool work faster, yeah, but at least it does its job. So after thinking about these attacks from the virtual world, we had also the idea that it would be possible to create malware in Second Life. It's not done yet, yeah, but we're thinking about creating bots. For example, if you are able to send attack strings against real web servers, yeah, and of course you can use the Linden scripting language to automate, for example, your avatar. Yeah. What about a bot in Second Life, like an avatar, walking around, giving objects away with scripts attached, and if someone receives an object, the scripts are executed doing some kind of malicious stuff against web servers. So actually we are working on that and trying to implement that as another proof of concept. And there are also other online games that may be interesting to hack, like online gambling sites with online poker, because all that online poker stuff is also about making money, yeah, play with money. So if you can steal these kind of accounts, you can steal money. And very interesting, a lot of these people are storing their credit card information to get virtual money for playing much more easier. So it's not just fun. I think it's a serious field of activity for security professionals to research. Okay, that was just a short overview about my talk. I hope you enjoyed it and have fun. Take care.